Salvatore Mano Jr., better known as Sal Mano, was born on January 10, 1939, in the Bronx, New York, to hardworking Sicilian immigrant parents. His natural talent for performance emerged early, and by the age of 10, he was already on stage. He performed in the Broadway production of The King and I, playing the Crown Prince alongside Yul Brynner. This early exposure to theater gave him not only acting skills, but also a strong understanding of the demands of professional performance. Sal's early career set the stage for what would be a unique, albeit troubled, life in the entertainment industry. His journey from stage to screen would include iconic roles that changed the way young actors were viewed in the mid-20th century. Early stardom, breaking into Hollywood, and defining a generation, Sal Mano's breakout moment came when he was just 16 years old, landing a role in the 1955 classic Rebel Without a Cause alongside James Dean. His portrayal of John Plato Crawford, a troubled teen struggling with feelings of abandonment and loneliness, resonated deeply with audiences and critics. His chemistry with Dean was magnetic, making the role one of the most groundbreaking portrayals of closeted gay youth in the 1950s film landscape. Sal's emotional depth in the role earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, making him one of the youngest actors to receive the honor. This early recognition set the stage for a promising career, and Sal became a household name for his dramatic portrayals of sensitive, complex characters. Struggling with Hollywood's limitations and personal struggles. As Sal Mano's career progressed, he became known for his emotional intensity and dark good looks. In films like Giant, 1956, Crime in the Streets, 1956, and The Gene Krupa Story, 1959, Sal solidified his place as a leading actor. However, his success did not come without challenges. As he aged, Hollywood's typecasting began to limit the roles available to him. Sal, who was openly gay in his private life, found himself marginalized as the industry struggled to embrace non-traditional portrayals of masculinity during a time when LGBTQ+ identities were often hidden. Sal's refusal to conform to Hollywood's heteronormative expectations cost him many opportunities. Despite this, he persevered, finding new avenues to express his artistic vision through the stage and directing. Reinventing himself, a bold shift to theater and opera. In the early 1970s, Sal Mano shifted away from his Hollywood fame and embraced a career in theater and opera. He directed The Medium, a short opera by Giancarlo Menotti, in Detroit in 1972. This marked a significant departure from his previous roles in film, showing that Sal was determined to explore more complex and intellectual pursuits. He portrayed Toby, the mute servant, in the opera, a role that allowed him to delve into darker, more psychological themes. This transition into opera was a testament to his growing desire to expand beyond the confines of Hollywood and engage with more provocative material. The production was well received and marked a key turning point in Sal's evolving career. A complicated romance, Sal and Jill Howarth's tumultuous relationship. During the filming of Exodus in 1960, Sal Mano met British actress Jill Howarth. The two shared undeniable chemistry both on and off screen, developing a romantic entanglement that would last for several years. Despite the age gap, Sal was 21 and Jill was just 15. The two shared a deep bond and understanding, likely forged in the isolating and demanding world of Hollywood. Their relationship had many emotional highs and lows, marked by periods of passion and emotional distance. At one point, they even became engaged. However, their planned marriage came to an abrupt end when Jill discovered Sal in a compromising sexual situation with another man. Although their romantic relationship ended, Jill chose to remain a close friend and confidant to Sal for the rest of his life. Their lasting friendship remained one of the few stable relationships Sal had amid his public and personal struggles. Protective instincts, Sal's emotional investments, and jealousy. Sal Mano's emotional intensity extended beyond his romantic relationships. He was deeply protective of Jill, especially when she became involved with older men. This was particularly evident when she briefly dated television producer Aaron Spelling, who was over 2 decades her senior. Sal disapproved of their relationship and felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility for Jill's well-being. In a dramatic moment at a Beverly Hills nightclub, Sal confronted Aaron Spelling, punching him in the face out of jealousy and concern. The altercation was a striking example of Sal's emotional investment in those he cared about, particularly Jill. His actions spoke to his inner turmoil and perhaps unresolved feelings for her, highlighting the complexity of his relationships and the tension he felt in navigating his own identity in a judgmental era. The murder of Sal Mineo, a tragic and unsolved case. On February 12, 1976, Sal Mineo was tragically murdered outside his West Hollywood apartment. He had just returned from a rehearsal for P.S. Your Cat is Dead when he was fatally stabbed in a dark alleyway. The brutality of the crime shocked the entertainment world and left fans devastated. The initial investigation raised many questions. Was it a robbery gone wrong? Was the murder related to Sal's sexuality, which he had begun to embrace more openly in his later years? Was there a deeper, more sinister motive at play involving Hollywood insiders or organized crime? These questions remained unanswered as the investigation into Sal's death hit numerous dead ends. A breakthrough in the case, the arrest of Lionel Ray Williams. Nearly 2 years after Sal's murder, a breakthrough finally occurred. Lionel Ray Williams, a 21-year-old pizza delivery driver from Michigan, was arrested for an unrelated robbery in Los Angeles. During questioning, Williams boasted about being involved in Sal's murder. He was charged and convicted of the crime in 1979. However, the conviction did not sit well with many who had followed the case. Williams had no known connection to Sal, and the motive of robbery seemed unconvincing. Sal's wallet and valuables were left untouched. This raised further suspicions that Williams might have been a pawn in a larger conspiracy. Despite the conviction, many remained skeptical about the true motives behind Sal's death. A darker truth. Unveiled, new evidence and conspiracy theories. Decades later, new documents and evidence emerged, reigniting public interest in the case. Police files, court transcripts, and testimonies suggested that crucial evidence had been overlooked or intentionally ignored during the investigation. Internal memos hinted at interference from individuals with ties to organized crime and Hollywood insiders who may have wanted Sal silenced. Some even speculated that Williams had been hired to carry out the murder or manipulated into doing so as a scapegoat. Despite these revelations, the Los Angeles Police Department quietly closed the case after Williams' conviction, leaving many questions unanswered. This lack of transparency and follow-up raised concerns about whether the full truth of Sal's death would ever be known. The enduring mystery. How Hollywood silenced a star. The case of Sal Mineo's death remains one of Hollywood's most tragic and unresolved mysteries. After decades of speculation, the truth behind Sal's murder may never be fully revealed. What we do know is that his death was not a random act of violence, but a result of fear, intolerance, and possibly hidden agendas. Sal's career, which had seen a resurgence in his final years, was tragically cut short, and the reasons for his murder may never be completely understood. His story is a reminder of the many ways the entertainment industry and society at large have failed to protect those who dare to live authentically. The legacy of Sal Mineo is not just one of talent, but also of the deep, often tragic complexities of living in a world that demands conformity at the expense of individuality.